Okay boys, welcome to Friday. Just hit the gym. Short and sweet session. In a future video actually, I'm going to show my whole workout. I've just been doing little bits and pieces this week. Could be of interest to some people. I've definitely got a few exercises up my sleeve that not many people do. They're quite unusual. They're not on the usual menu for the gym. So I just want to talk about, as I'm walking and talking, time management and daytime approach. Time management and daytime approach. It's a very interesting topic because once you start to develop the proficiency and ability, and it's essentially emotional resilience to doing it, you're going to find yourself walking down the street at all hours, seeing beauties like I've just seen across the way there, right? You're going to see them constantly, and you're going to want to approach them. Yeah, there's going to be a voice within you going, hey, let's go and approach her, she's nice, you can do this. But what do you do with that voice, basically? Because if you're out on a session, you should definitely follow that voice. Or you should just do as many approaches as you can. But if you're going through your day-to-day life, this is something I was talking to my friend Ephraim at Paul University about this week. Is like my kind of, I wouldn't even call it a sticking point, but like my next level up for me is like, can I go and do approaches when I'm not on a session? When I'm just literally like now walking through the park? Sometimes I can, but then there's a lot of times I find myself just not going in for them. So it's an interesting one. It's an interesting discussion we had back and forth. And I thought about it as well afterwards, and I thought to myself, it's not only the fact that I'm not in the quote-unquote right frame of mind. It's not actually just that. A lot of the time, I'm fucking busy. I'm just busy. I've just got a lot of stuff to do all the time. Because I'm self-employed. I could work 14 hours a day, 7 days a week. I could work that much. I would be fucking miserable, but I could work that much. There is that much work to do. There's essentially an infinite, never-ending amount to do if you're self-employed. We might have to do one on this one. Jesus Christ. She looks incredible. Oh my God. Excuse me. You look amazing today. Have a nice day. Yeah, she looks absolutely incredible. Yeah, sometimes in these parks around here, I go in quite soft, to be honest, because I've been approaching around here, and I noticed that the results were quite weird. Like a lot of the girls were quite shocked, really shocked to be approached and quite uncomfortable. Especially the daytime is probably all right, but especially late at night. So these places not so amenable, to be honest with you. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's like a bad association of these parks, like crackheads or something, I don't know. So that's a good example, right? I saw her, just gave her a compliment. It's a nice little freshener, it's a nice little bit of sugar in my tea, basically. So I can go on, okay, I've done that, that's fine. But actually, let's say that set opened, right? I could see almost as soon as I stopped to like compliments of, she wasn't that responsive, but it's fine. Let's say that set actually opened, I'd be looking at my clock going, I've got to get out of here. I've got shit to do. Oh, we're walking past the bus stop as well. That's another one that me and Ephraim discussed. And there's definitely some shapes here. Look at this thing. Yeah, bus stops. Crowded bus stops. Yeah. So that's not so much a time management issue with like a bus stop. That's more just, feeling this is kind of a fucking crazy approach. Like, this is next level social pressure, whatever. Until you do it, of course, and then probably get used to it. So yeah, time management. I'm still ambivalent on this one. Is it better to do sessions and just get it all done? But then is that actually an organic, mentality? Interesting question. I will definitely keep doing sessions for sure, because that allows me to build. Let's say I go and do 3 more approaches. Now by the 4th one, I'll be in much more of a flow state. I've not just come from the gym or whatever. I'll be in much more of a flow state. By the 10th one, I'll be on fucking cloud 9. So sessions are still very valuable. In terms of time management as well, I think this is where I'm at right now. If I can get out 2-3 times a week, one actual big session, and then a couple of other times where I just go out, like I think it was a couple of nights ago, just down by the riverside, just do 4 or 5 approaches. I ended up doing 5 actually. I did another big one after I stopped filming, which was a 3 set, and that was quite funny. The girl, she was fucking gorgeous. She enjoyed the compliment, and then potentially my stop wasn't as proficient. I was a bit side on to them when I think back, but we were talking and stuff, and for some reason I was like, I'm just gonna almost play myself down here and just see what happens. I don't know why. So I wasn't really giving them I wasn't really talking myself up in any kind of subtle way. I was almost doing the opposite, and they still stayed in set, which is interesting. And then the girl I stopped, she didn't have the greatest energy, to be honest, though. So just had a chat for a bit and then moved on. But yeah, so by that 5th one, I'm stopping a 3 set. So in broad daylight as well, or in the middle of the street. Anyway, it was night, but it was in the middle of the street. So yeah, that's my mentality at the moment. 1 big session and then 2 or 3 smaller ones in the week, daytime. I don't even really count nighttime, because it's just I'm just going out for a night out. Obviously I'm going to talk to babes, it's just standard. So I don't even really count that. So yeah, it's all experience, and it's all we are kind of scientists here, kind of mad scientists, because I don't think anyone has really done an international daytime approach lifestyle in the way that myself and some of the guys in the entourage are now doing. That's my honest belief. It's never been done in a group of guys who are exchanging notes, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Seeing other people go through the process as well. Yeah, so many. When I think about how many revelations that we have as a group, it's kind of it's actually kind of demented, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a fucking mental thought, that is. So anyway, I'll leave it there. What are we on? About 10 minutes? 8 minutes? That's a good video. Time-wise, anyway, I don't know if it's a good video, everything else-wise. But I think time management is very important. It's very important. You don't want to be out 2, 3, 4 hours on a midweek. Just give one example. Last week, there was one of the guys in the entourage. He's been hammering it to an unreal extent, this guy, documenting the whole thing. And I was like, right, well, if he can go, I know how busy he is, I'm fucking busy, but if he can go and do some sessions, so can I. So I started doing, I did a couple of midweek daytime sessions last week or the week before. That's where I got the Russian date from and different things like that, so the Bosnian as well. Great sessions, yeah. But I probably lost 2 jobs because of those sessions. Probably definitely cost me money, those 2 sessions. And it's fine, that'll get made up. I've already got 1 extra job on anyway, so from this week. But I knew, I was like, yeah, dude, you dropped the ball on those because you were out chasing tail, basically. So you've got to be careful, especially if it's a midday type situation, right? That's just on the final. That is one of the advantages of going out in the evening, after you've finished all your responsibilities for the day, and it can also be an advantage of nighttime as well, and weekends. So lots of different things in there, a medley of thoughts. We'll leave it there. Peace, love, unity, strength and honor.